The Golf Ticket presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10 continues to roll on. It is match number 8 at Bellville Cricket Club as we get ready to see Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, taking on Bellville Cricket Club, sponsored by BetBricks 7. Match 7 this morning was a very tight affair. Low scoring, but exciting. Went down to the wire. What can we expect this afternoon with the sun beating down on these players? As we get ready to introduce my co-commentator, James King. James, let's have a look at the teams and what do you think we can expect from them?
That's going to be a very interesting game here this afternoon, with Bellville yet to get off the mark in the competition. This is the last match, should I say, in the second round of this tournament, this golf ticket presenting the Cape Town Club Cricket League T20. I think we're in for a really good game. Ronda Bosch winning their first game in the Super Over, which really went down to the wire, low scoring game, and
so as the sun continues to beat down here at the Bellville Cricket Club, let's go have a look at at least what might happen at the pitch. So we're alongside the pitch that will be used for the Golf Ticket Presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10 in match number 8. Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, taking on Bellville Cricket Club, sponsored by BetBricks 7. The pitch, there's not much that can be said about it. It looks a belter. The interesting part, though, is if we are hitting, or at least we are facing away from the clubhouse to our leg side, that is the shorter boundary. The offside becomes the longer boundary. So the left-right-hand combination for both of these teams when batting is going to be important. Speaking of importance, a lot of importance on the toss. Thus far, in the 7 matches that we've had, every single captain has opted to bowl first. All but one has won the game. So when it gets to toss time in a few moments, it'll be interesting to see what both of these sides decide to do. Yes, it does. It certainly looks like an absolute belter of a pitch, but we caught up with the captains earlier on. Let's see which captain decided to do what. And it's time for the toss in match number 8 between Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, and Bellville Cricket Club, sponsored by BetBricks 7. Mornay from Ronda Bosch Cricket Club has got the coin. It'll be Cody from Bellville to do the calling.
Tails.
Tails it is.
He's a head.
And it's head. So it falls kindly for Mornay.
Okay.
Mornay, congratulations on winning the toss. Whatever you decided?
We're going to bowl first.
It seems as though that's been standard approach from all the captains thus far. Reasoning behind it?
Yeah, I feel the wicket has a lot of grass on it. I think it's nice to put some pressure on the batsman, especially with a new ball. And yeah, I'm excited to get a nice win on the board again.
Speaking of that win, it was pretty tight for you guys going down to a super over. Must have given you guys some confidence ahead of this one.
Yes, of course. I mean, we scored 69. It wasn't the highest score in the tournament, but I would take that win all day. It was a very good feeling, well deserved for the boys bowling. They did an exceptional job, and unlucky to Northerns, they put in a good effort. But we'll see. New day. There's a new team for us, and we'll see how it goes.
Perfect. Thanks, Mona, and go well.
Thank you so much.
Cody, toss didn't go your way. I mean, so far the consensus has been to bowl first. Would you have done the same?
Most definitely. I definitely would have had a bowl first.
Obviously, your first game didn't go according to plan. You've had a day to recuperate and get everybody back on terms in terms of the mental aspect of the game. Feel you guys are ready for this one?
Yeah, we're definitely ready. Like I said, we haven't played cricket in a week or two. We just dusted off the rust and we're back in it.
Overhead conditions, it's very hot out here at Bellville Cricket Club. Is that going to be a factor?
I think obviously everyone gets hot, but we're not going to let it affect us. You know, the mentally strong team will come out victorious in the end.
All right, thanks, Cody, and go well.
Thank you.
So that's the news here from the toss. It is Ronda Bosch Cricket Club that has won the toss. They're going to have a bowl first. So the consensus remains from the captains, James, in that win the toss here at Bellville Cricket Club and decide to bowl.
Well, it certainly looks so far that's been the right choice, as you were saying earlier on today at the pitch report, with 6 of the 7 games being won by the team that bowled first, and everybody deciding to have a bowl first. We saw quite a bit earlier on that the ball was moving around, both off the seam and in the air, and that was one of the reasons why we had Northern's Goodwood falling to 3 for 2 at the end of the first over. So it's going to be interesting to see how much movement is still on offer. Wicket does look a lot better than it did earlier on today.
Definitely, it is fantastic conditions out here for the Golf Ticket presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10. And I think, James, on my way in here, just at about noon, the temperature on my car set around about 34 degrees. I can only imagine that it's ticked up a few degrees or two.
Yeah, it certainly feels hot out there in the middle, and earlier on today, just even in the morning, the temperature out there felt like it was probably in the upper 20s, early 30s. So now it's going to be the hottest time of the day. What has happened now is the slightest breeze might have come up here just to make it a little bit more bearable for the players out in the middle, but not that easy.
Now listen, when the air is this hot, I don't think this breeze is going to do any cooling. It's going to feel more as one of those berg winds that just keeps getting you hot. But those guys, they've got the right idea. Find whatever shade you can and get yourself a nice little blanket. Come down to Bellville Cricket Club and enjoy the exciting cricket that we have in store.
It's a beautiful day to be here in Bellville, and we do expect that there are going to be some vocal support for both of these teams today, with Ronda Bosch looking for their second win of the tournament.
Now, speaking of that second win, James, in the first game that Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, played, they ended up playing against Northern's Goodwood, and that match went to a super over. And it just shows you how exciting this format of the game is. It's very tight, it's very tense. It can go down to the last ball like we saw in match number 7, or it could go all the way to a super over, which is 6 balls determines the difference between winning and losing.
Well, we were that close to the super over again this morning in a low-scoring encounter between Northern's Goodwood and Tygerberg. So at the end, though, it was the Tygerberg Tigers, sponsored by Lions, sponsored by MG Lions, was that came over and got through eventually. So the Cats combined there to make it work for them.
So as we get ready for match number 8, we welcome the umpires to the field. And they've got a very good idea there, James, the long sleeve sweater. That is exactly what is needed in those conditions. Your arms won't burn, so you won't have to worry about having to get all of those after sun creams and all those things onto your body as the batters of Bellville Cricket Club, Marcus Fourie and Andrew Serdane, make their way to the middle. And Andrew Serdane, in his 20 matches in this format, has got himself 308 runs. More importantly, the strike rate at 71. And Marcus Fourie, his fellow batter, his high score just under a century. And remember, those are the stats for the longer format. And what should be the approach, James? Do you take the first over and just see how things are going? Have a look at the pitch? I mean, surely these sides would have watched what happened earlier on in match number 7.
Well, I think definitely they've been looking for some tips as to exactly what did happen earlier on. Wicket has dried out a little bit in this baking sun. But they will be wanting to, I think, have a bit of a look at it. What didn't happen earlier on was that the batters really went for it from the word go. It was very difficult to get bat on ball in that first over. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do approach it, but at least give it 1 over to have a look at it.
Captain Mornay Pence just getting his side ready, and it seems as though that Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, are immediately going to open this game with some spin bowling. It is Vian van der Merwe who will be turning his arm, and interestingly enough, James, the leg side, the shorter boundary is well in play for the opening over, especially with a right arm off spin bowler, turning it into the right hand batter as we get set and get ready for the first ball in match 8 of the Golf Ticket presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10.
Yeah, and that boundary on the leg side is protected.
Crunched through the offside, pierces the gap beautifully. Does Marcus Fourie for Bellville, and what a start that is for Bellville Cricket Club.
Absolutely brilliant shots through the offside, straight up, and that one just angling into him. Shows the full face of the bat, and goes, as you can see in the replay, through to the boundary on the extra cover side.
Bit shorter, but flatter this time from van der Merwe, so keeps Fourie, or at least keeps Andrew Seddon at the crease again. This time he tries to go with the turn. It's inside half of the bat as the ball just trickles its way to the deep mid-wicket boundary. So a good start this from Bellville Cricket Club. Got the boundary early, did Andrew. And then gets himself off strike like any good opening batter will do.
Yeah, it's a good start here for the team from Bellville, and they look to work in three ball sections here. If you just look at it that way, they've certainly got the advantage in this first over.
Van der Merwe showing that he's not afraid to give the ball some air early, especially now bowling to the left-hander who's got the bigger side to hit on the leg side. Neatly guided, but straight to the man at short third man as they get through for another single. So 6 runs off the over thus far, and 1 ball to go.
Not a bad opening over for the orthodox right arm off break bowler. And he's been able to, against the left-hander, really would be most effective.
Good end to the over for Vian van der Merwe. It is 6 from that first over, so pretty much stock standard. You know, run a ball in the first over. You thought perhaps that with that first ball being crunched through the offside beautifully for 4, that it would have set them up for a big end, at least getting good momentum into the rest of the over, but they only managed to pick up 2 singles.
Yeah, I think Vian van der Merwe came back incredibly well after that first ball 4. He managed to bring back his length quite nicely, and that's really what you've got to be doing on this surface. You can't bowl short, and you certainly don't want to be over pitching on this surface, as we see the next bowler is it Hayden Byrne that is going to be bowling for Ronda Bosch. They're going to be bowling what looks like medium paces from the commentary box end of the ground, and he's going to be running away from us. So interesting to see if he does get any movement, particularly if that's coming into the left-hander. Could be very interesting, or even away from the left-hander, bowling over the wicket to the left-hander. First left-hander we've seen today, actually. All right-handers so far in the previous match, so it's going to be interesting to see what the situation is going to be.
Oh, immediately, Hayden Byrne decides to test out Marcus Fourie or the short ball. But the one thing, though, James, that's an excellent delivery, but the carry to the keeper, that tells me that this is a very good pitch to be batting on right now. There's nice little carry coming through.
Yeah, it's what we expected after this morning's match. It was certainly looking like that in the second part of the game.
Again, short from Byrne, top edge off the bat of Marcus Fourie, but this one flies all the way over the short fine leg boundary. And big maximum.
Top edge, and it's gone over that boundary, probably 50 meters behind him down to the boundary. That's the shortest boundary on the field.
I'm pretty sure that bowler Hayden Byrne won't be too worried about conceding that boundary. It does seem as though he had Marcus troubled. And bowled him! Hayden Byrne pitches this one up. Marcus Fourie, his eyes lit up. Went for the big hole over, looking to smash this one over. Inside edge. It's the leg stump. And that's up.
On its way down towards a fine leg as it just gets knocked back. A bleak bat there being the thing that undid him, Tariq, outside that off stump, just angling in towards him. That's good bowling. So as you said, Hayden Byrne wouldn't be too worried about the fact that he'd gone for that 6 off the second ball, and then he takes the wicket.
So in comes Bellville Cricket Club's captain, Cody Newart. He's in at number 3, having just seen his opener get a top edge for 6 and then get out the very next delivery. So still shows you that there's something in this pitch for everybody. There's carry for the batters. There's a little bit of nip there for the bowlers. So good comeback that was from Hayden Byrne. I think perhaps, James, that short ball kind of surprised Marcus Fourie a little bit. But it's good thinking from the bowler to follow it up with a full ball. Feet is absolutely nowhere, just all hands.
Absolutely looking to flay it through the offside and not really being able to read it because he hadn't had a previous delivery where he was in fact able to read whether the swing or anything on offer for the bowler. And that's what did him in that instance. Just that little bit of movement in and just took the inside edge onto that leg stump, which went cartwheeling over the ground. A sight fast bowlers love to see.
Gain full from Byrne, gets the outside half of Newhout's back and just pops this one into sort of the cover region and gets himself off strike immediately. Good start from Cody Newhout, just getting some bat on the ball and immediately off the mark.
Yeah, in this format, very important to keep that scoreboard ticking along, get the rotation of strike, and even though now there's the 2 right-handers in at strike, very important to have that in your armory.
I'm sure Byrne would want that one back. Just loses his rhythm somewhat and flings this one wide outside of the off stump. Good work from the wicketkeeper Lee Dixon to get himself that wide to collect that ball. And I'm sure every single fielder will have a big smile on their face and remind Byrne of that delivery. And that's exactly what Hayden Byrne wanted. That's the channel. 4th, 5th stump, outside off stump. Gets a little bit of a feather. And in it goes into Dixon's gloves.
What an absolute beauty from Hayden Byrne. Just that lovely away movement. He has to play at it, and it's on like a 4th, 5th stump outside, a 5th stump line outside off, and he plays it in and just feathers it through to the keeper. Great stuff for Ronda Bosch.
That's a 2nd wicket for Hayden Byrne. He's managed to get rid of both the opening batters of Bellville Cricket Club. It's an excellent start from Ronda Bosch Cricket Club to try and get their 2nd win, as we see Keenan Meyer taking a stroll to the middle to link up with his captain, Cody Newhout. 2 wickets down in the 2nd over, James. Here we said already, Bellville with their backs against the wall.
Yeah, it's not what you would want, is it? 2 wickets in this 2nd over. They've been lucky enough to get a few runs on the board, so already on 16, but it's not the easiest. So 14 for loss of 2 now, and they really wouldn't have wanted this. They wouldn't have wanted to be 2 down. Means that their opportunity perhaps limited later on to really open up.
Now wickets in hand towards the back end of the innings. It's only 10 overs. So you've effectively got to try and keep as many batters as you can for the back end, especially those big hitters that can really give you impetus towards the back end.
But again, dare we say it, the uneven nature of the boundary size. Once again, full from Byrne and a wild slash. First up from Keenan Meyer. Just throwing hands at it wildly. Feet not really there. Another chance nearly for Hayden Byrne to grab a third in the over.
And that would have certainly been disastrous for Bellville had they lost another wicket now. But you're back to your point a bit earlier on now around saying the uneven nature of the size of the boundaries here. It's a massive issue in the earlier game where a lot of the balls hit into this long boundary. If you're bowling from the commentary box side of the ground, it's a really long boundary to the leg side. And the batters were caught out a couple of times playing it into the leg side, really trying to play the big shots rather than actually assessing the game, assessing the boundaries, and really going for those shots when you're batting from this side. So let's see what happens now. It's going to be very interesting to see what the batter's going to do here. And on this end now, it says Cody Nivote, the captain of Bellville, who's going to be taking strike. And will he be able to take full toll of the new bowler?
So definite change in bowler. Again for Ronda Bosch going back to seam. It is Andre Ordendal into the attack. Just a gentle loosener from Ordendal. Just making sure that he pitches this one in a tempting area, left alone by the batter. But the nice part to see, James, is that it's a left arm seamer, so variety for Ronda Bosch Cricket Club.
So that's very good. Andre Ordendal, who starred with the bat in their first victory of the tournament. Now here he is, as you say, some variety in the attack.
Nice back of the length from Ordendal, just cramping up the batter, Cody Nivote. So 2 balls, 2 dots. Great start for Ronda Bosch Cricket Club.
It really is great stuff here from the Rondebosch bowlers. You just want every single dot ball to be applauded by the fielders and get them G'd up.
Again, building up the dot balls is Andre Ordendal. I think he's found the ideal spot on this deck, James.
Well, that's exactly what we saw in the first match this morning. Just get that ball short of a length outside the off stump. Difficult to play those balls away. And then you have to take a risk if you want to be scoring runs. And that's where the wickets come from.
Down the track, shot in anger. It's up in the air. 2 fielders converge. What an excellent catch that is! Absolutely fantastic from Adnan Lahidin. That ball hung in the air for an absolute mile. He had plenty of meters to cover, but got underneath it and managed to stick it.
What an incredible catch. Those are some of the most very much difficult catches to take. Let's have a look at this again. So he goes for the shot because he's been under pressure. 3 dot balls in the over.
Absolutely brilliant stuff from the young man. Adnan Lahidin, there's been a lot spoken about him and the potential he has to make a real career out of this game. Remember, still a schoolboy, still attending Bishops.
Well, brilliant stuff from the youngster, and you can see that they've been well drilled there in terms of those catches. You go through that a lot as the new batter now will be coming to the crease. Liam Vermeulen.
Yeah, just reward for Ordendal. He's built the pressure in the 3rd over, 3 dot balls. Something had to give. And unfortunately for Bellville, they gave away their 3rd wicket. So the seamers are doing the trick for Ronda Bosch. Oh, back to that excellent leg. What a jaffa from Ordendal. The Bellville batters at this point in time have got absolutely no clue what's coming from the left-hand seamer.
No, he's been absolutely brilliant. As you can see, people enjoying this match there. They are sitting in the shade. It's a very hot day out there. And the bowling is really hot at the moment here. Andre Odendahl, wow.
What a way to end the over. Again, just teasing the bat outside the off stump. And James, let me just let you know something. A wicket maiden in a T10 game.
That is just not to be expected at all. A wicket maiden, and that is the third over gone. End of the power play. And 14 for 3 after the power play. That's just not where you want to be if you're Bellville Cricket Club.
If ever there was an ideal start, I think Ronda Bosch Cricket Club have gotten it. 3 bowlers used and 3 wickets. 2 for Hayden Byrne and single one to Andre Odendahl. And they've only conceded 2 boundaries, a 4 off the very first ball of the innings, and then somewhat of a fortuitous 6 down to fine leg. Other than that, though, there's been absolutely nothing given by this Ronda Bosch Cricket Club bowlers as they once again bring the changes as Bailey Aarons is now brought into the attack.
So changing it up after Hayden Byrne had such a brilliant opening over, taking those 2 wickets just for the 2 runs in his over, which was absolutely outstanding. And as you say, sorry, it couldn't have been 2. I think we got I think it was the 8 off that over that he got hit for, conceding that 6. So Aaron's now going to be coming in, but this has been a brilliant start for Ronda Bosch.
I'm sure Morne Pence would have wanted this from his bowlers when he brought them together just before in that huddle, before they got onto the field. To hit their straps early, and they've done indeed. Can Aarons keen the pressure out? Short, guided. There's a man, a third man, and immediately Bailey Aarons. It is all happening here for Ronda Bosch Cricket Club. It seems as though every single bowler that they use brings on some magic.
Well, you're absolutely right. That's one is beautiful delivery, short of a length, rising up outside the off stump, and he just gets plays it this way. He does in fact try and play it to the left or right, should I say, of the man at third man, but he doesn't. He picks him out, and that's a brilliant catch on the boundary. Look, regulation, but you still have to take them, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It was 2 steps to his left that he needed to take, and it was straight down his throat. But 4 wickets down and 3.1 overs have gone. Bellville are in all sorts of trouble. As the next batter makes his way onto the field. Cronje van Greunen. He's got it all to do as he joins Vermeulen in the middle. I wonder what sort of messages they're trying to give each other. 14 runs only on the board, 4 wickets down.
They need some kind of consolidation here. Need to be able to keep wickets in hand for those final 2 or 3 overs, or maybe even the final 4 at the moment. They're just absolutely nowhere, staring down the barrel here. Bailey Aaron's been really good that first delivery. Surprise delivery, tried to ramp it almost, and just picked out third man.
Again, Aaron's, much like Odendahl did in the previous over, they found a spot immediately on this pitch. And there does seem to be slight little movement off the deck that is keeping the batters honest. But there's plenty of work for Bellville to do with 6.4 overs to go in this game. A bit of width given to the batter, who just pushes this one into the cover region, and they manage to come through for a single.
Yeah, singles though at this stage, not really what they will be wanting, although having said that, important thing for them at the moment is just get through this next over, just get to the end of this over, make sure you're still 4 down. Then every single over it's about saying, okay, we don't want to be more than 4 down.
Short again from Aarons, but This one didn't seem as though it had that beautiful carry as Hayden Byrne did in his first over there. More a bit of a loopy one, sort of tennis volley to the wicketkeeper.
And that's why you can't bowl short on this wicket. It's just going to sit up and make it easier for the batter. Although he's batting to this very deep boundary on the leg side at the moment. But if you can just knock it into the leg side, there's 2 on offer anywhere here. The field is deep on the boundary.
In this one, just from back of the length, rears up a little bit. So perhaps a bit of inconsistent bounce showing its face on this deck. Loopy to the wicketkeeper. This one just rearing up a little bit. Tricky to be out there as a batter at the moment.
Yeah, very tricky. And when you're in a situation where you're 15 for 4, having been inserted by the opposition, you must be thinking, there's my numbers on this ball.
I thought I heard something there, James. It just seemed as though in that stump might get done something, but the umpire says no. Nobody really appealed either.
No excitement there from the players on the field, and the batter actually just walking towards this end at the end of the over. A brilliant one once again for the bowlers from Ronda Bosch. 15 for 4 after 4, and a T10 game, not even going at 4 runs and over, Tariq.
15 for 4. Bellville definitely now have got their backs against the wall. Rondebosch Cricket Club all over them. You can just see it there. Scores of all single figures from the top 4 batters. No, that's not what you want. So what you need in this format, you need one of them to still be there. One of them got to bat through.
And so still got the same bowler, I think, coming in from this. No, is a change, is it? It's still Andre Odendal.
Now, don't forget, the action continues tomorrow. It is Kraaifontein Cricket Club, sponsored by Billy 777, taking on Victoria Cricket Club, sponsored by Crisara. It's again another change in bowling from the far end of the ground. It is the captain, Morne Pence. I think his feet is getting a bit itchy. He wants to get in on the action as well, seeing his bowlers taking all the wickets.
Yeah, he's been looking at it. He's been saying, no, you guys can't get all the action here. I want some too, guys. Give me a chance.
And that's just the second extra for Ronda Bosch, another wide. But I think Pence is probably, in my opinion, wanting to do everything. He is the player coach. He is the captain. And now he wants to take wickets as well. Maybe he should come and open the batting later on as well.
Well, I certainly think he probably missed a trick there. He should have been opening the bowling here today.
Neatly guided down to third man, potential 4-2, but got out beautifully in the deep. Nearly an overthrow, but dealt with by the covering fielder. So one extra run it is to Bellville, and this is probably what they need to do this over. Just consolidate, rotate the strike.
Yeah, just get some singles, just get some runs on the board, and then you can reassess at the end of the 5th over.
And the edge found and dropped. Oh my word, Lee Dixon puts down a potential absolute sitter. Morne Pence, beautiful ball outside the off stump, invokes the attempted drive, finds the edge, did everything right, did Morne Pence. And all he needed was the glove work from the wicketkeeper to be on point.
Let's have a look at this again. You'll see the tremendous movement from outside the off stump. It just goes to the right of the keeper, and he just can't pick that one up.
It just seemed as though the wicketkeeper potentially flat-footed, and with the ball dipping, needed to throw his hands at it. I guess also one of those, if it sticks, it sticks, but you know, you'd back himself to take that one every day of the week. Get a wild swing outside the off stump. Frustration is there for Bellville. It's starting to build. Ronda Bosch turning on that pressure.
I mean, what he's doing right probably is that if he's going to go for it, he has to go hard now. He's feeling that he needs to get bats on ball. He's got to go hard at it. and it is outside the off stump. It's a short boundary that side. No, sorry, it's not. He's actually playing to the long boundary. He does need to get bat and ball. He's feeling like that, and that's where the danger comes in.
And goes for it over the top. Finds a bit of a gap. Easy to, you did mention that now, James, that out on that offside there are big gaps in the pockets. And if they can get the ball into that, they'll end up 2. So end of the 5th over. 2 runs coming off that final ball. It's 19 for 4. And with just 30 balls to go in the innings, something has got to happen for Bellville. They've got to turn the switch on somewhere.
Yeah, something's got to give here, and it's not going to get any easier now as they are batting here. I think this is going to be the spinner coming on here. They're batting this time to the short boundary on the offside, long boundary on the leg side for the right-hander. In fact, it isn't a spinner, it is another medium pacer.
Justin Behrens brought into the attack.
And he took 3 wickets in their win the other day, so certainly replacing one potential wicket taker with another. And it looks like he actually is going to bowl some spin. Looks like he's going to be maybe a little bit of a leggy. Let's have a look when he comes into bowl.
The pressure continues on Bellville. There's no letting up from Ronda Bosch Cricket Club. This one just sits up a bit from back of the length. Excellent work in the field, just keeping that down to 1. That is brilliant stuff and brilliant fielding from Ronda Bosch.
Yeah, picked that one up beautifully on the bounce. It just stood up for the fielder on the boundary here. But you've got to make that ground off to his right, and he did exceptionally well there, the fielder, right in front of us. So a good start for bat and bowler there.
Beautifully flighted from Behrens, and this one just nudged down to long on for another single. Pace off the ball, trying to hit against the turn to the long side. The temptation is there. Yeah. Monet Pence is dangling that carrot for Bellville.
I'd rather see them taking a bit of room for themselves outside the off stump.
And that's the quicker one. The flatter one hits him on the pad, and umpire immediately says no, perhaps height the issue there. But you could see exactly what Justin Behrens was doing. 2 flighted deliveries, then the third one's the darter.
Yeah, perhaps the wrong one, just going on with the arm a little bit more. Probably going down the leg side, but he's really showing his pedigree here, the leg spinner.
Back of the hand. Full toss. Smash to the fielder at backward square. But again, just 1. Excellent fielding this from Ronda Bosch. We do know that as we look at it, the leg side, that's the longer boundary. Should be easy 2s if you run hard enough.
And you hit it straight to the fielder, you're going to get 1. You hit it probably 10 metres, even 5 metres to the side of the field, it's going to be 2.
And this one beats him all ends up. Didn't pick it at all. Feet caught on the crease. And it's just one of those things when you're under pressure, it keeps getting compounded with every single one of these Ronda Bosch bowlers.
You just don't know what he's going to deliver to you next to you. Is it going to be the standard leggy? Is it going to be the googly?
Big shot, got on all of this. And clears the mid-wicket boundary with ease. And what a way that is to end the 6th over. It's 28 for 4. Could this be exactly what Bellville needs?
Well, this might be the turning point in their innings. They've done exactly what we said they should be doing. Seen through 2 overs without losing a wicket. Got to 28. Can they get at least 10 runs and over from here? You know, if you're looking at maybe 12 runs and over from here, and you're in the sort of region of getting to maybe 70, that would be a good score from here.
You can just see by that scorecard for the batters the kind of pressure they're under. Nobody scoring and run a ball. It's been very tough as Andre Woordendaal is back into attack, so it's going to get tougher for Bellville. Just 4 overs left in their innings. And as it stands, if they keep going at the rate they're going, they're not even going to make 50, James.
Well, that just cannot happen if you don't make even sort of 70 on this particular track. If you're batting second, you're going to really fancy yourself.
Nice and full again from Ordendale. Beats the outside edge. Perhaps just rolling his fingers over that one because there wasn't too much carry to the wicketkeeper. But again, an excellent start from the left-arm seamer.
Brilliant start, and I reckon here you're seeing more dot balls and scoring shots in this inning so far, and that's just for a T10. Just not the way to go if you're the batting team. Just can't get bat on ball.
Bit shorter, but well ridden that one from Cronje van Geenen. Just leans back, guides this one behind point, and finds the gap to get this one all the way down to the third man boundary.
Much needed boundaries are coming together with that sixth of the last delivery of the previous over. Just starting to turn the tide a little bit here of Bellville. But they need to get at least one, if not two boundaries and over for the rest of this particular innings.
Absolutely nothing he could do with that. It just jags back at him from back of a length and strikes him on the thigh pads. A good comeback from Andre Ordendale.
Yeah, very good comeback. I'm not quite sure what shot you call that.
The little hip bump.
Well, in the theme of Easter, hip-hop maybe.
Smeared through the cover region. There's work to do in the deep. Does indeed cut it off, and they do come through 4-2 in the end. So good cricket all around. And now they're starting to get something going, Bellville. It just seems as though something is starting to click.
Much, much better from the Bellville batters. They've got the measure now, it looks like, of this pitch. Now is the question, can they accelerate without taking too many risks?
Again, looks to use his feet. It comes off the pad. And sense prevails for the Ronda Bosch fielder. Deciding to hold on to it instead of to have a shy. They'll jog through for the leg bye.
We saw that a bit in the earlier game, Tariq, where the guys were heading and going for the stumps. And we got these massive gaps on the leg side. Just not an option.
Andre Ordendale, he has been brilliant with his line in length. It brings an end to the 7th over. 7 runs from that over. 35 it is for 4. 18 balls to go in this Bellville Cricket Club innings. What total will they get to? Just a reminder that tomorrow the action continues. Dryfontein Cricket Club, sponsored by Billy 777, takes on Victoria Cricket Club, sponsored by Krikara Trust of India. Action gets underway at 10 o'clock in the morning, South African time.
And just the one match tomorrow, and then continuing with the 2 matches per day from Monday. It's a family day.
So back it is to the spin bowling. Another change it is for Ronda Bosch Cricket Club. Keenan Smith brought into the attack, right arm off spinner.
A man who's played first-class cricket for Western Province this season.
And the mystery of Keenan Smith is there for all to see, hiding the ball behind his back, but the ball immediately, nice and short, punched into the leg side. And, cleaned up by the fielders. They do get through for 2. One wonders if this is a deliberate ploy from Smith to try and bamboozle the batters. Looked as though that was a bit of a carom ball from Smith, which doesn't concede a run on that occasion. So another dot ball. More pressure on the Bellville batters.
They're looking at 12 and over minimum from here.
Big shot, big shot. It's coming our way. Take cover. It's hit us here on the roof. And that is absolutely massive from Cronje van Geenen. He picked his delivery brilliantly. And he joins Vermeulen. Both of them now have a maximum each.
It is glorious shot. Just see him picking up the length early. Comes on to him beautifully and connects it. And it just goes flying into the roof of the clubhouse. And maximum is the third of the innings so far as we try and get the ball back here. I think it's still on the roof.
I think we trying to see if there is somebody brave enough to jump onto the roof to retrieve that ball.
In the meantime, it is third umpire Wilmer Jones who's putting a replacement ball onto the field for the team from Rondebosch to continue their attack. It's picked up by umpire Mwande Shambai, and just having a chat there with his fellow umpire Vimpinel, and they will be continuing with a replacement delivery while we get somebody up on the roof, maybe, to get that ball down.
Nice little souvenir for somebody. The second time that we've seen the ball clear the far side boundary. It does take a decent hit to not only get it over the boundary, but to get onto the roof in our commentary position of where we are sitting. So Cronje van Greenen got one out of the middle. Goes again, that's Van Greenen. This time a little bit squarer and even further than the first one. Fantastic stuff now from the big hitting Bellville batter.
That is huge, that one. Massive six over the leg side, over deep mid-wicket. And they're going to be fetching that one, I think, in Bellville or down maybe in Pole.
I think for everybody that has played cricket here at Bellville Cricket Club, you know that the second field is quite a distance away down the hill, you know, over the leg side as Cronje is hitting it. And that ball has actually landed on that field. The amount of strength that it takes to be able to get the ball that far is unbelievable.
Huge from Cronje van Greenen. Just picking that length nice and early.
Goes again. Does Cronje this time? Does he have the legs? He does indeed. Misjudged on the boundary, but that's 3 in a row now from Cronje van Greenen. And certainly the switch has been flipped for Bellville.
There we go. 6-6-6. This one is out the park. It's in the arc. It's out the park. Brilliant stuff from the batter from Bellville Cricket Club, giving his team a chance.
Tries to go again. Does Van Greenen this time doesn't quite have the timing, so it just dribbles its way down to a long off, but an absolutely brilliant over it is for Bellville. 21 coming off of it. And with 2 overs left, is that what they needed? Is that the impetus? Did Cronje van Greenen just give it to them?
Well, it's exactly what they needed, isn't it? It's 56 before that over, making a massive difference to the score and just taking Keenan Smith apart completely. Now Cronje van Greenen sitting on, was that 31 of 18, so nearly at strike rate of 200, probably in the 170s now.
Yeah, and just before that over, he wasn't even anywhere close to striking at 100. Short ball. And, tries to guide this one, does Cronje. He misses it and goes through to the wicket keeper. Hayden Byrne back into the attack. A switch of ends for him. He picked up 2 wickets from the commentary box end.
Certainly has been, together with Andre Odendahl, the pick of the bowlers for Ronda Bosch today.
It's again short. Cronje has a full-on go at this one. It's 1 bounce to the boundary. And he's up and running now, Cronje van Greenen.
Oh, he's doing such a fantastic job for his team. 35 of 20 now, and that to go with his 3 sixes in the previous over. And doesn't that make a sweet sound when he goes off the bat?
Good placement from Van Greenen, identifying where the gaps are and exploiting them. Moves away, trying to give himself space, and fortunately for wicketkeeper Dixon, no bye is taken. He's had a bit of a torrid time as the wicketkeeper of Ronda Bosch.
And just looking at that drop catch earlier, now you feel how important that actually was off the bowling of the captain, Mornay Pence, when he dropped that one down the offside.
This one is short and dropped. A short fine leg. Van Grienen going after it again. Didn't get the elevation. And tried to clear Justin Behrens at short fine leg. He had to fling himself full stretch for that one and just tipped it over the bar like a brilliant football goalkeeper.
Yeah, fantastic effort by Justin Behrens to try and get hold of that. It was almost as if Lee Dixon had kicked that one there.
Again short from Hayden Burns. And missing out of it is Liam Vermeulen. Perhaps James in this sort of situation. Vermeulen, get back onto ball, get yourself to the other side, and enjoy what Cronje is dishing up.
Always best to be watching a batter like Cronje from the other side.
Crunch through the offside, but there's a fielder at deep cover, so just a single. And it's probably a welcome single for Ronda Bosch. It keeps Vermeulen on strike. So we brings the end of the 9th over. 62 it is for 4. 1 over to go.
Well, I think they've done well to get to 62 for 4. We spoke about it a bit earlier when at the end of 3 or 4, they were sitting at, I think, 15 for 4, and they're in absolutely desperate trouble. So if you look at the last 5 overs, they've gone for nearly 10 and over, and that's all really thanks to Cronje van Grienen, who's been doing exceptionally well. We have a broken bat here, and it will be Vermeulen, I think it is, who's going to be getting a new bat. That handle looks like it's completely broken. And he just gets that, and he's going to face the first delivery. Is that, in fact, which batter was that who got the new bat? Was that actually Cronje who got the new bat there?
Right,
he's been hitting the ball so hard.
It seems as though Vermeulen with that last shot just jammed his bat into the pitch and broke the handle. So it's perhaps what you need. Could just change his luck with a different bat, and so we see the return of Bailey Adams to the attack. He had an excellent first over, and with the momentum slightly going the way of Bellville in his last 2 overs, Captain Pence has turned to him to turn the tide back, try and restrict Bellville to under 70. On the legs, Vermeulen clips this one. Easily picked up in the deep by Odendaal to keep this down to 1. Brilliant fielding once again.
He's been great, hasn't he, with both a ball and in the field, Andre Odendaal. And that brings, as you were suggesting, just taking that single to get the dangerous Cronje van Grienen on strike.
Beautifully bowled. Beautiful Yorker from Aarons. Absolutely nothing Van Grienen could do about that.
That's exactly what you want, isn't it, from your quick bowler in the final over. Dot balls are in the final over. They're almost like double gold, and if you get maybe platinum, they are indeed exceptionally important deliveries.
Again, back of the length. Beats Van Grienen for a bit of pace. Also potentially a lot too close to him to play that sort of slashing shot. But a dot ball it is for Bellville. They've just had the momentum in the last 2 overs, and now 3 balls from Bailey Aarons. Conceded just a single run. Just swinging it back to Ronda Bosch.
Yeah, he's just going to want to try and continue with this in the last 3 deliveries.
Inside edge, big swing from Cronje van Grienen. Doesn't matter how it comes. There's no how column on the score sheet, just how many, and he's got 4 of them.
As we just see this one again, just going off the inside edge of the bat. Past that leg stump, fine down to the final ground for nothing. man on down he can do about that one. And those are 4 welcome runs for Bellville Cricket Club. Can he end it well? Both the bowler or the batter.
Change of pace from Arons, and has a bit of a word or two with Van Grienen as well. It's good to see the competitiveness between the players. So final ball coming up of the Bellville Cricket Club, sponsored by BetBrick 7. Currently 67 for 4. Can they get past the magical 70?
Ronda Bosch in their first game chased 69.
Again, inside edge from Van Grienen. This time it doesn't make its way to the boundary, just to sort of the short fine leg region. Dixon does the cleaning up and brings an end to the innings. 6 runs off the final over for Bellville Cricket Club, and the innings comes to an end on 68 for 4. Much credit got to be given to Cronje van Grienen. That man right there on your screen, 41 of 27. He really took a liking to the off-spin of Keenan Smith, smashing him for 3 consecutive sixes, one of which just hit the roof of where we're saying. So 41 unbeaten it is to Cronje van Grienen, contributing potentially 80% of Bellville's final total.
Brilliant stuff from Cronje van Grienen. Just enough to get them to what may be a competitive total if you consider Ronda Bosch 69 into a super over in their previous match. 68 they're chasing now. Is it going to be an exciting game we're looking at later on? All set up really by some brilliant bowling up front by Ronda Bosch. 2 bowlers who got 1 for 7 in their 2 overs, Oudendal, and then this man has just finished, Bailey Arons, and they were absolutely outstanding with Björn van der Merwe as well. 1 over for 6 runs, Morne Pence 1 over for 4, unlucky not to get a wicket, the captain. And Bellville will feel they're in the game. Ronda Bosch will feel it's advantage to them. Who's going to take the win? We'll find out when we come back for the second stint a bit later on, about 5 to 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, it certainly seems as though at this point the game is in the balance. After the first 6 or 7 overs, you would have felt that it's all Ronda Bosch. They were heading for a very small target to chase. But then Cronje van Grienen, he came in, smashed a few big ones, and that gave Bellville a respectable 68. Wouldn't say it is there for a winning score, but it is certainly respectable. It's something that bowlers can bowl at. It's something that will give them a little bit of hope, a little bit of glimmer. But they've got to, when they get out onto the field to get ball in hand, they've probably got to get the same sort of start that at least Ronda Bosch did, picking up a few wickets early, and then sort of try and restrict the the Ronda Bosch innings. So early on before the game started, we caught up with both sets of coaches. Let's see what they had to say.
Welcome back here to the Golf Ticket presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10 competition. With me is Mark. He's representing Bellville Cricket Club. They are sponsored by BetBrick 7. Mark, what's your take on this T10 competition so far?
I think it's a great initiative. It's good for the players. It's something different, something that the guys haven't done before, and it allows us the opportunity to get some youngsters in and see and showcase their talents and see what they can do for us going forward.
Yeah, especially after a very busy club cricket season as well. Just coming here just to have a little bit of enjoyment, especially after you guys have been safe here in the Premier League as well. So it's just another sort of platform for you guys just to enjoy the game.
Yeah, it's lovely for the guys. It's something different, and it's a nice way to relax after a season. They can come in here, have a hit, have a field, have a bowl, and it's over in 90 minutes. So it's nice. It's nice and relaxing for them. Although the competition it's very competitive, it's good for them, and I think they're all enjoying it so far.
And I certainly see you guys have organised the weather here in Cape Town. It seems to be hotter now than what it is in December.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually all thought it's Easter weekend, we're going to get rain, because the last couple of years it always rains over Easter. But thank heavens it's not, because at least cricket's a winner. Everyone can get out there and can play. So no games will be unfinished or unplayed.
Yeah, the first game you come unstuck against Victoria Cricket Club, but that was only the first game, sort of getting a feel for how it's going to be there. I'm sure you got a lot of lessons and probably a lot of things you want to get right in that in this game coming up?
Yeah, I think it's something new. A lot of the guys in our team haven't even played T20, let alone T10. So it's a learning curve for them. And first game out, the guys are a little bit rusty. Haven't really had a hit since the end of the season. So going forward, yeah, the guys now understand a lot better what is required, what is needed. And I'm sure we'll be a different team going forward.
And having lots of fun.
Absolutely, they're loving it. They really are.
Listen, thanks very much for your time. All go well.
Cheers, thank you. Go well.
We're going to get Morne Pence here. He's sort of the captain, coach, player, call it what you may.
Yeah,
well, you got a close game in that first one. It went down to a super over. I'm surely you guys want to sort of up your skills and levels to not go into a situation like that again.
Yes, Eugene, I would agree 100%. It was quite tough. I'll take a super over from that low scoring game. So big ups to Northerns. They put on a very good fight, and luckily we were on top. So.
Yeah, this is the makeup of your team as well. A lot of youngsters also coming in, giving them opportunity, especially a Premier League team that's won the league. So now you got a chance to look at other players.
Yes, of course. I mean, I love the youngsters in the side. It gives them experience in the league and experience of facing guys that has a lot more experience than them. So I think this game gives them a lot of exposure, what they need, and hopefully they can grow their game from this format.
And what about you as well? You've been new to the club, first year there. Now you've been given the responsibility of captain the team here in this. Surely it's a big kudos to you as well and to the season that you've had for Rondebosch Cricket Club.
Yes, I appreciate the opportunity they gave me to be the captain, and I wanted this role since I was young, and we'll see how it goes. I love this role a lot. So I'm enjoying it very much.
Listen, may your team go well today.
Thank you very much, Eugene.
Club Cricket League T10. It continues tomorrow as Kraaifontein Cricket Club, sponsored by Billy 777, takes on Victoria Cricket Club, sponsored by Cricket Trust of India. That game, Sunday the 31st of March, gets underway at 10 o'clock in the morning, South African time, 1:30 in the afternoon, Indian Standard Time, and at 12 o'clock noon in the UAE. Before we get to that one, we've reached the halfway point in this game between Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, and Bellville Cricket Club, sponsored by BetBricks 7. It was Ronda Bosch that put Bellville in to bat. And their bowlers most certainly did the job that Captain Morne Pence would have wanted them to do. James King, how do you feel this one is poised? We saw match number 7 this morning. It went down to the wire, also a low-scoring game. And now with just 69 to get on the board, is it going to be easy for Ronda Bosch?
It may well not be that easy, as we see a number of our sponsors around the ground. Taj 777 and Lords Exchange, EXCH, as well as those sponsors for today's teams as well. Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, and is Bellville Cricket Club, sponsored by BetBricks. Sorry, the other way around. Ronda Bosch by BetBricks. So Bellville by BetBricks 7. It's going to be the team of Bellville who are going to be trying now to restrict this Ronda Bosch batting attack to less than 68 runs. It is possible, Terry. Saw it earlier on today in the match between the Northerns Goodwood, who sponsored by Taj 777, against an MG Lions sponsored Tigerbird Cricket Club. So the Tigers being sponsored by MG Lion, certainly a union of the cats there that we saw earlier on today, and they just got over the line, it must be said, with the second last delivery of the innings. So anything can happen. Sometimes the lower scoring games are interesting, but even more interesting. We see yet another of our sponsors there, ID 247, who are sponsoring the umpires in this particular tournament, and the umpires are going to be making their way to the middle shortly. That is umpire Mwanda Chamboy and Marius, Vimpinel, apologies there, Vimpinel, and they'll be on their way out to the middle shortly. So, Tariq, I think we're in for some excitement here. Now, if they can keep wickets in hand, I think then we should see that Ronda Bosch will get over the line. But a few wickets early could make it very, very interesting.
Yeah, well, certainly, as we see the respective sides of Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, and Bellville Cricket Club, sponsored by BetBricks 7, take to the field. The opening pair for Ronda Bosch is the ever-exciting youngster Adnan Lahadin. He's joined by his captain Morne Pence, who we spoke about in the first innings, where he's the player coach, he's the captain, he was bowling, and we kind of had a feeling that he might just open the batting as well. Well, indeed he's doing that. So he does it all, and perhaps feels as with a target of 69 to get in 10 overs. Perhaps get off to a fast start, first 2-3 overs. Knock off the bulk of the runs. But it hasn't been too easy. And it's going to take a monumental effort as well for Bellville Cricket Club to get themselves over the line and bring up their first win of the competition. Ronda Bosch, they're chasing win number 2.
Well, certainly for Ronda Bosch now, it looks like it's the late summer of 69 for them. as they have to chase 69 here, achieve 69 in that first game to go to a super over, which they then won. So it could be anything happening here in this particular game. I'm sure Brian Adams will be certainly coming on soon to give us a bit of music in the background for this one.
So Ethan Vermeulen, it is to open the bowling for Bellville. Just going through the motions as we tick down the final few seconds to resume play and get the second innings underway. This is the Golf Ticket presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10. And also, just a reminder, it is match number 8. As Vermeulen comes in to get the innings underway. A bit of a wild slash from Lachedin, perhaps halfway through the shot decided to pull out. But immediately there is a little bit of something outside that off stump.
Yeah, and there's definitely been something outside that off stump the entire day today. It's been more pronounced perhaps earlier on, but there's still something in it for the bowlers. So Bellville will think they've got a chance here.
Check drive from Lachedin, just about clears the inner ring. He'll pick up 2 as the ball is retrieved just short of the third man boundary. Nervy times there for the young man.
Heart and mouth stuff there for Adnan Lachedin, just clearing the man on the edge of the ring. And you feel it's been about, I think, half a foot taller he would have got to that one, maybe even a couple of inches.
Full from Vermeulen and beautifully struck this one from Lachedin. It goes high and handsome and all the way over the shed on the far side. That is some power for the scoreboard.
What a hit that is, my word. Just absolutely nailed that straight. It's the best place in the ground to be hitting a shot like that. That, for me, shot of the day.
Now 100% the shot of the day. That is pure elegance and power, if ever I've seen anything like that. Seems as though he just kind of does it with ease, though. It doesn't even seem as though he wanted to overhit that one. Just free the arms through the ball.
Just timing, and the bat did everything else. Beautiful high elbow, though, it must be said. Fantastic technique. You're looking at that, and that's exactly what you want to see from a youngster. Just that technique combined with the power means that he could play any kind of cricket shot, it looks like.
I think that's exactly the start that Ronda Bosch would have wanted. Get a boundary early doors and ensure that you put more pressure on Bellville immediately. So seems as though that Lachedin has hit this ball into the abyss. It won't be coming back anytime soon. As a new ball and a replacement ball is sent on for us to continue the innings.
And more exercise there for third umpire Wilma Jones as she takes the second replacement ball of the day and throws it out onto the field. And she does still have a small box of balls waiting there if they need to have another one. And the way it's been raining sixes in this particular match, particularly off the bat early on, a corner for Grenen, you never know what could happen.
So the ball is back up onto the field as we return to the action. Again, smooth from Lachedin. Nicely caressed over the top once again. Even better. Just clears the field at mid-off and gets this one down to the boundary.
Yet another one that teased to the Bellville fielders there. Just over the head, but he hit it beautifully again. The sound coming off the bat is one that you live to hear.
Those two balls, though, it's sort of in the arc for Lachedin. Just allows him to free his arms. Really just gently pushes this one to backward point. No run for Lachedin, but that, to me, immediately, James, that sign of a good batsman. He just got 2 boundaries in a row. Didn't look for the third one to get off strike.
Yeah, just looking to angle that one away just to maybe keep the strike at the end of the over.
Goes this time on the leg side. It doesn't luck it in, but long on is in place. A fumble in the deep, so they're able to get back for two. And a brilliant start for Ronda Bosch Cricket Club in their chase. 14 runs coming off the opening over. 14 runs off the bat of Adnan Lakhidin.
Well, if you look at that and you just compare that to where their opponents were in terms of Bellville after they batted for 4 overs, only on 15 for 4, and they're already 14 without loss after the first over. Huge advantage already to Ronda Bosch in this run chase.
We spoke at the beginning of the game of Ronda Bosch getting off to the perfect start with the ball. And I think it's the perfect start with the bat. Lakhidin just absolutely loving the deliveries that were served up to him. They're having to have watched the entirety of the over from the other side. Captain Morne Pence, he's now going to face up for the first time in this game. And it seems as though it's going to be Marcus Fourie that'll do some duty from the commentary box end. Left arm, orthodox spinner. I think this could be a bit dangerous, James. Turning the ball into Pence, leg side, the shorter boundary. Gotta take a risk. I think Bellville's risking it right now.
Yeah, it looks like they are taking a bit of a risk here with the left arm orthodox spinner. See what he has to offer, but it is the short boundary. What's Pence going to do?
Floated up, and Pence immediately goes after him. Smashes that one, take down the ground towards us. Nearly takes my legs out. But it's another 4. As the return throw hits the roof. And gets a bit of cheers from the Rondebosch boys next to me.
Some great fielding there done by Tariq Abraham here in the commentary box. Open front to this, and was pitched straight down towards us here. And you're just able to get that back onto the field. Another great shot, wasn't it? And they really are taking the attack to this Bellville attack right from ball 1.
Pence this time goes big, goes far, goes long, and clears the mid-wicket boundary for another maximum. And this is excellent stuff from Rondebosch Cricket Club.
This is a risk, isn't it? We've seen that the spinners have been travelling, and the pace bowlers are the ones that have been getting the movement, getting it in the right place. You're not going to go for many.
Under pressure, Marcus Fourie. Under a lot of pressure is the left arm offie. Tries to dart this one in, loses it a bit. And has to concede a wide, so he's got to re-bowl that one. Goes back outside the off stump. This time Pence shows some arms, so jogging through for the bye. And it will bring Lakhidin back onto strike. And a chance for him to face the off spinner. Although on the leg side for him now, if he's got to go that way, it's got to be against the turn and to the far side of the field as well.
I reckon maybe inside out over extra cover. What do you think? He seems to have all the shots, this youngster.
I wouldn't put it past him. First ball, gets himself inside the line of the ball. Just waits for it and punches this one down the ground. Is man at long on, so just a single. It is for Lakhidin.
That's exactly the right tactics. Let the left armer deal with the left arm orthodox spinner. The left-hander, should I say.
Get wide outside off some Pence. Crashes this one through backward point along the ground all the way, piercing the two fielders behind square on the offside.
Too scared to bowl it straight. Just too long.
square leg, few bounces and into the boundary, and another massive over for Rondebosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247. 20 runs coming off that one, and after just 2 overs, it is 35 for 0.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. And they're already halfway to the target after just 2 overs. Doesn't look like they're going to win fair in this one. Looks like they're going to win by a much bigger margin than that. As you say, Rondebosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247. And they are well on their way to a convincing victory here.
Yeah, it certainly seems as though after this start from Lachadin and Pence, that Rondebosch Cricket Club should walk away with their second win of the Gulf Ticket Presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10, being hosted out here at Bellville Cricket Club. It is hot overhead and it's hot in the middle as the team in red are absolutely smashing the ball to all parts. A change in bowler. It is for Bellville. It is Leithle Zweni that'll be coming in from, shall we call it the shed end?
Yeah, the shed end is fair enough. This end, the commentary box end, we've got the shed end the other side, where the ball was hit over the shed and into the way beyond. 2 balls already that are missing in action here from huge sixes that have been hit. And it's this man again, Adnan Lachadin, who's on strike. Looking forward to him batting and seeing a little bit more of him in this particular innings and beyond.
Drifting onto the pads is Zweni, and it just goes a bit too far. So starting his spell with an extra, and Bellville can ill afford to concede extras after being sent to all parts the previous over.
They are under the cosh here.
Just dabs this one into the offside, does Lachadin. Happy to take the single and rotate the strike. Striking at 200 is Adnan Lachadin. 16 runs from 8 deliveries, and Mune Pence more than something close to like 300.
360, I think that is. 18 off 5. That's an incredible rate of scoring. That's probably, 360. And you've got just what was so nice there. He was so much time, Adnan Lachadin. He was going to play a forceful shot, picked the length, and decided no.
Pence throws everything, including the kitchen sink at this one. Doesn't quite make contact and finds the fielder at deep cover. So through they'll come to add an extra single to the total. So just 31 more needed for Rondebosch. Full from Zweni. Nicely punched by Lachadin, but seems as though Bellville have learnt their lesson, so they have put in a long off. And again, happy to rotate the strike or Rondebosch. This is good from them. Like you mentioned earlier on, James, not always about the boundaries.
I think that's what's been so good about this inning so far.
Pence being fed a nice little half volley. He says thank you very much and smears this one over the top, over the boundary. And it's another maximum for Mornay Pence.
Oh, here we go. Look at this one. Able to get that one to half tracking, half volley. Beautifully through the shot. Full swing of the arms, and that just travels for absolute miles. And they're making a mockery of this total now, Rondebosch, at the moment.
Now they've managed to rotate strike at regular intervals, and with a left-right-hand combination, it's tricky for the bowlers to have to adjust their line, and they're taking full toll of Rondebosch. This time a bit shorter, and Pence gladly accepts it, sort of flat back, swats this one straight back over the bowler's head. And if ever there was an accurate shot, there's a little pillar right behind the shed. Smashed it. Brilliant. It's the fairway.
Incredible incredible stuff, and he's just dealing in 6s and 4s here, Mornay Pence. I mean, his strike rate's gone through the roof. I think we might have to have another ball replaced here, as that one is third umpire Wilma Jones here having plenty of action to do today, and not necessarily on the screen. It's all having to take new balls out to the field.
Yeah, I think that has been a competition between Pence and Lachedin. After Lachedin hit that 6, then the ball never returned. The Pence said, well, I'm going to try my hand and get the one to disappear as well. So 2 magicians they are, this opening pair for Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247.
Let's see what else they've got up their sleeve now, Tariq, and they get to this score in maybe less than 5 overs, just to make sure that they get their net run rate just absolutely increasing tremendously.
So the ball has been replaced. And back we come once again. 18 runs to win. Slower ball, loses control of it. Does Suweni. And it is wide, and they get through for a bye. So an extra 2 runs to the total. And that's just 16 to get now for Ronda Bosch. It seems as though, unfortunately for Nichle Suweni, just losing his rhythm. Just conceding back-to-back boundaries has put him under pressure. So mentally, it's working on Suweni.
And they need like 2.5 and over to win now.
Lachedin, short arm pull onto the leg side. Gets the umpire to raise the hands. And another maximum that is for Ronda Bosch.
Incredible power hitting. You are not going to see better than that on any cricket field anywhere. You get given the ball to hit, and it is certainly, as David Miller always says, in the arc, out the park. Mornay Pence, 37 off 9 deliveries. That is absolutely incredible. Strike rate of over 400.
James, with all the action going on, 58 runs in the power play. This is absolutely incredible from Ronda Bosch. They need just a further 10 runs to win in this game. And we thought perhaps it would have been a tricky target. 69, and well, Adnan Lachedin and Mornay Pence, they had a different sort of attitude towards it. They didn't think it would be tricky. They came out guns blazing, and 3 overs in, they need 10 runs to win.
Well, I certainly think at this stage, it looks like they don't like being in the kitchen. So if you can't take the heat, well, they say get out of the kitchen. And they're certainly trying to get out of the kitchen as soon as possible here this afternoon. It's really hot out there.
So another change in bowling for Bellville from the commentary box end. It is Jared McCullough into the action, and he's greeted immediately by Mornay Pence, who's probably sent this one into the squash courts that's at the top of the hill here at Bellville Cricket Club. And if ever there was an exhibition of hitting, welcome to it. He goes again. It's high, it's handsome, it's straight, it's over. Game, set, and match. What a way this is for Ronda Bosch to clean it up. 3.2 overs it's taken them. Mornay Pence goes back-to-back maximums in the 4th over. And that is all she wrote in match number 8.
Wow, I don't know what to say. What an exhibition of power hitting here from Mornay Pence and from young Adnan Lachedin. Incredible stuff. 3.2 overs to chase 69 to win. Wow.
This is absolutely brilliant stuff. The captain, the player coach, Mornay Pence, he does everything for Ronda Bosch Cricket Club. Well, he's also won them the game. 43 of just 10 deliveries. Striking it at 430. That is wanting to be done, and
Well, it has been done. I don't think we've had a game this quick before. 3.2 overs.
This must be the fastest game that we've seen in this particular tournament so far, and that is going to propel Rondebosch Cricket Club right up the rankings there after their second victory. And you just look at those bowling numbers there, Tariq.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible that every one of those bowlers were put to the sword by Luckadin and Pence. I mean, the pick of the bowlers, there's Ethan Vermeulen, and he went for 14 in the first over.
Just got better and better and better and better in terms of the number of runs scored per over, and 71 without loss after 3.2 overs. And never seen anything quite like that in any competition so far, let alone a T10, and they have certainly got off the field very, very quickly, as it's Captain Mornay Pence and the youngster Adnan Luckadin who get them over the line. And we are going to go shortly to the post-match interviews with potentially with the two captains as umpires, Vimpinel and Mwande Shambe, come off the field. And we just want to say thank you to the umpires as well for their work today here. Third umpire Wilma Jones and standing umpires Vimpinel and Mwande Shambe. It's been really hot out there today, and they've been able to be spared an additional 7 overs on the field through that incredible display of batting. It's something that I certainly won't forget for a very, very long time. I'm sure that the men out there in the middle certainly will not forget that, and more particularly the team from Bellville, as we just wait for the captain, Mornay Pence, to come for the post-match interviews with my colleague Tariq Abraham, and we're going to be crossing over to Tariq shortly, as both captains are now ready for the post-match presentation, and going to be going over to them shortly, just waiting for them to be ready for the post-match presentation. So from me, James King, just over to Tariq Abraham, and really has been a pleasure to bring you this particular game so far.
So match number 8 at the Golf Ticket presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10. It's a thing of the past. It is Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, claiming an emphatic victory against Bellville Cricket Club, sponsored by BetBricks 7. I think we've seen plenty of action, so let's bring on the Bellville captain, Cody, first to have a few words. Cody, commiserations, but to be there on the field, and especially start off with the batting innings, not much momentum for you guys up front.
No, not much momentum. However, I do think Rondebosch bowled to their plans, bowled really well. It was difficult to score for them. Good bowling.
Yeah, they also picked up, regular wickets, which kind of stifled any sort of momentum you guys had. But fortunately for you, Cronje came in at the end and put up a handy show to give you a good enough total.
Most definitely. I think he showed a very mature performance for his age. I think it was a really good knock, especially for his confidence.
Thanks very much, Cody, and commiserations and good luck for your next game.
Thank you.
So now we call on the Rondebosch Cricket Club captain, Mornay Pence, a man who doesn't even look like he broke a sweat after the exhibition of batting we've just seen. How's that innings?
I mean, it's just one of those days when you see the ball like a soccer ball. It just happens. No, I'm very proud of the boys. They did very well, especially the bowlers. I want to give them a good hand. Hayden and Bailey giving me some great overs, so I'm happy with the boys today.
Let's stick to that bowling innings. You kind of rotated your bowlers quite often, even giving yourself a bit of a run, 1 over each. Is that always the tactic? 1 over in and out, regardless of how many wickets you've taken?
Yeah, I don't want to give too many secrets away. I love keeping to my plan, so we'll see it works. We got 2 in 2 now. Bowlers are doing the job. I don't want to give too much away today, but yeah, good win for the boys.
That total, the last time you played, it was the same total. Went down to the super over. What was the message that you gave your fellow opening Adnan Luckadin?
I said to him, let's just stay in. Let's try to win this game by 10 wickets. Forget about the last game yesterday, or 2 days before. We were doing well. Balls were flying very far today. But yeah, we enjoyed it very much.
Fantastic. Congratulations again on your second win and good luck for the remainder of the competition.
Cool. Thank you so much.
So that's the end from the post-match presentation where Ronda Bosch Cricket Club, sponsored by Winfair 247, they've grabbed their second victory of the Golf Ticket Presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10. We'll be back in action tomorrow again with some more of this exciting play.
Tomorrow's game is going to be that one between Kraaifontein Cricket Club, sponsored by Billy 777, against Victoria Cricket Club, sponsored by Krikada Trust of India. And that match, the first ball to be bowled at 10 a.m. South African Standard Time. That's at 12 noon UAE time and 1:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And just the one game tomorrow in this competition. Golf Ticket presents Cape Town Club Cricket League T10. It's been two games today that we've really enjoyed. One really close encounter and then an absolutely storming victory in the second game by Ronda Bosch. But tomorrow, as we see there, more action at 10 a.m. in the morning, and then Monday there's a double header, 10 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. And from us here at the venue here at Durbanville Cricket Club, it really has been a privilege bringing these two matches to you today. And from myself, James King, and my co-commentator, Tariq Abraham, thank you very much for joining us, and goodbye.